My husband's vision and dream was to put up a bakery here in California, but we didn't have any time to spare, and the quarantine gave us time to distress and reorganize. Ensaymada Republic was born on Mother's Day.
Hi, Cindy. Thank you so much for joining us. I guess the first question is, how and why and when did you start Ensaymada Republic?
We started baking when the quarantine was put down and we had so much time in our hands. And I was very lucky enough that my mother-in-law is an amazing baker, Mama Angie Villaverde, and they had bakeries back home in Los Banos and in Paranaque. And from there, my mother-in-law started baking ensaymada, and I caught onto it and saw that, ooh, this is yummy. And then since the quarantine was affecting a lot of people, they were down, they were losing their jobs, they were laid off or furloughed. So we started giving care packages to friends and family. And then all of a sudden, one of a very good friend, Miss Olivia Kido, encouraged us to make it into a business. And with the help of Mrs. Kido, my mother-in-law, Mama Angie, my Tito Rick, and my sister, Michelle and Aileen, who were our marketing genius, Ensaymada Republic was born on Mother's Day. So behind Ensaymada Republic is a lot of women who empowers women and who supports women.
I'm a little bit intrigued that you call this your sanity project.
My schedule before the pandemic was I was teaching from 8 to 4. I have 3 boys and I would be shuttling them from school, sports, and other extracurricular activities. Once the lockdown was implemented, there was nothing to do. So all of a sudden it was like, what am I gonna do? I have so much time in my hands. So it became a sanity project to keep me sane, to keep my husband sane, and to keep my children sane. My husband helps prepare, weigh, and my 3 boys would also help in the little way that they could. So it's become a family thing that we could do together. It was a blessing in disguise. I didn't know that there was a market for it until we ventured into it. It seems like all the home cooking that everybody's offering has been something that is soothing to everybody. It's comfort food.
And it's nice to know that even with all the competition, so to speak, because there's a lot of you, right, that you each are thriving in your own right. Why do you think that is?
I think because of how each and every one of us who has come up with our own sanity project, how we've offered it to people, and how we've marketed each other. At the beginning, when we were giving it away with friends, we only had 4 flavors. We had the Parmesan, we have the cheddar, we have the Nutella, and we had the ube. My husband and I were like, we need to put in more a Filipino taste, a Filipino ingredient in. So on Father's Day, we launched our langka, our salted egg, our ube makapuno. So every bite, you taste like you're coming home to the Philippines. Our best seller, I would say, would be the salted egg and the Parmesan. The salted egg, we put fillings inside our ensaymada. So it's more of an artisan ensaymada. It's not your classic ensaymada. Once you bite our ensaymada, you go through layers. So first layer would be the buttercream, the cheese, and as you bite in through it, you would have that filling inside. You would see that there are levels of experience that your taste buds go through.
I can see that baking makes you happy. Where do you plan to take this?
Hopefully, in the near future, put up our bakery so that my husband's vision and my mother-in-law's legacy could continue. And we could maybe, pass it to our children.
And for people out there that are like you, they found a passion, or they're able to explore their passion and transforming it into a business, or like a sanity project like yours that have blossomed, what advice would you give them?
If you see something, you believe in something, go for it. at the first try, it might not work, you know, try again, try again. And it's very important to have a good foundation and good support group. For somebody to succeed, I think it takes a team. I cannot take all the praises. It's not just I with Ensaymada Republic. It's a whole support group that we have. That's why we call it a republic, because it's not just it's a
Right.
group of people coming together.
Exactly. That is awesome. The sweet success from the pandemic, and it's such a change. It's such a refreshing change from the stories that we've been featuring. I think enough of the doom and gloom for now.
Yes.
And we highlight positive stories and also the gains that have come from this pandemic. Once again, thank you so much.
Thank
God
you.
bless. More power to you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you for having me.
My dad always taught me the importance of not just showing up, but also dressing up for people. It's really just F sexy, like as in to hell with sexy. Like you are your own sexy, basically. So F that.
Prince Estanislao, hello and welcome to So Jannelle.
Hi, thanks for having me.
First of all, congratulations on the success of F Sexy, right?
Thank you so much. Thank you.
For those who are not familiar, tell us about it. What is it?
So F Sexy is actually an athleisure brand. We're based off here in San Francisco, and we source our products from Bali, Indonesia, and some in Taipei and some in China. My dad always taught me the importance of not just showing up, but also dressing up for people. He was a successful businessman or shoemaker in Marikina. And I guess he had a significant influence in my ambition to become a businessman and my inclination towards style and clothing. So when I started this in July 2019, I knew that it was a perfect time. I was going to be done with grad school. I had a much clearer understanding of my brand and starting a new business. So I read books, I listened to countless podcasts on business, consulted friends in marketing, sales, research on what I could design that people might want. So 6 months later, January of this year, I launched my first collection.
Why F Sexy? Why the name?
It's really just F sexy, like as in to hell with sexy. Like you are your own sexy, basically. So F that.
And do your own sexy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Unlike the businesses that closed down, unlike the businesses that were negatively impacted by the pandemic, your business actually did better.
During the pandemic, I would say that I experienced an uptick in sales, and possibly due to people having more time to exercise at home, having more opportunities to see ads and respond to them, or maybe they're just, too stressed out that they needed some retail therapy. But whatever the reason, because of that, we achieved a positive return of investment during these past few months. That I was surprised that my brand was just, recognized and spread so quickly over the globe. And luckily, we already shipped to more than 10 countries in less than 6 months. I guess, unsolicited support from friends and new customers did help a lot.
What about the following that you received? Was that something that you expected?
I had a vision of what I was going to do, like in terms of social media following. I had an idea of what type of aesthetics people are more likely to follow. So I curated the feed in that way, and I'm just glad people like it. So my aesthetics is more on the minimalist side. I came up with oversized sweaters because that's the trend now, I guess. I added colors to my existing design, but I think what I focused on and how to incorporate eco-friendly products into my collection and what I can offer to people.
I hear that that's the trend as well, is that fashion is going into sustainability. And I mentioned that because it's one of the things that people are realizing because of the lockdown, is how to take
Yes.
care of ourselves and how to take care of the people around us, but also how to take care of our environment.
I did not realize how, that the clothing industry basically plays a major role in harming the environment. So I realized I cannot be a company in 2020 that contributes to the already pressing, issues of the climate change, of climate crisis. The earth is the top priority in coming up with these designs.
Right. And now you have a robust company with new designs, products to launch, with a new philosophy in terms of sustainability. Where do you plan to take this?
So first, I think I want to be a platform that could help change consumer behavior, making the right choices in clothing. So for example, a person visits my website, learns a thing or two about sustainability in clothing, and leaves without buying. That is still a win for me. And I guess ultimately, I want to cater to both men and women, and if possible, come up with genderless designs just to be more fluid.
What would you tell people out there that are maybe, they may have been furloughed, they may have been
Yeah,
laid off, and are thinking of other ways to make this pandemic work for them?
take advantage of the many platforms that offer new services in terms of like how to learn things, how to make this and that, and discover what you're truly passionate about and transform it to something that you can profit from. You have to like nurture relationships with people, because if not for the people who helped me to help my brand be known and become a success.
Very positive, and go ahead, invite our viewers to check out F Sexy.
Yes, so follow us on Instagram. It's f.sxy, and you can shop at f-sxy.com.